Russia has deployed terrifying new drone technologies that are rewriting the rules of modern combat, leaving Ukrainian forces scrambling to adapt to what NATO analysts are calling Phase 3 of drone warfare. 1. The zombie drone swarms. Recycled and relentless Russian forces are now fielding modified Phoenix drones with frightening capabilities, salvaged electronics from downed Ukrainian drones, making them resistant to known jamming frequencies. Partial autonomy can continue attack run even after losing signal cluster payloads, releasing smaller bomblets over trenches. We shoot them down, they fall. Then 30 minutes later the wreckage detonates as we try to recover it, reports a Ukrainian EW operator near Kupiansk. Point 2. Black Hornet micro-assassins. Silent and deadly new footage shows Russian special forces using palm-sized nanodrones, similar to Western Black Hornet systems, neurotoxin payloads. Unconfirmed reports of drones injecting lethal substances. Face recognition targeting. Hunting specific officers. A chilling thermal video shows a tiny drone hovering outside a dugout entrance before darting inside. Moments later, 2 soldiers collapse convulsing. Point 3. The Iron Rain tactic. Massed Lancet strikes. Russia has perfected coordinated Lancet attacks. First wave disables radar/EW systems. Second wave targets repair crews. Third wave hits reinforcements. This week alone, 14 Ukrainian SAM systems were destroyed using this method near Kramatorsk. Point 4. AI-enhanced God's Eye targeting. New Russian drones feature automated wound assessment, determines if soldiers need finishing strikes. Vehicle weak spot recognition, specifically targeting engine blocks. Learned evasion patterns, remembering successful attack routes. They're getting smarter every day, admits a Ukrainian drone instructor training recruits. Last week one circled our jammer 3 times before finding a blind spot. 5. Meat grinder mobile drone stations. Russian forces now deploy KAMAZ trucks with 50-plus drone launch rails. Armored train-based control centers. Motorcycle recon teams marking targets for swarms. Ukrainian countermeasures failing despite innovative responses like drone catching balloons with nets. Decoy systems mimicking vehicle sound. Smoke generators with metallic particles. The kill ratios remain lopsided, 7-1 in Russia's favor in recent drone duels. The human Costa intercepted. Russian comms boast we're averaging 30 Ukrainian casualties per drone operator shift. Medical units report burn wards overwhelmed by thermite drone injuries. New drone shock syndrome, catatonic states from constant buzzing. Field hospitals targeted by follow-up strikes. What comes next, with Russia now testing drone-to-drone mid-air rearming EMP pulse weapons to disable EW swarm intelligence sharing. The situation grows increasingly dire. As one exhausted Ukrainian battalion commander put it, we're not fighting an army anymore, we're fighting a hive mind. The battlefield has transformed into a mechanized slaughterhouse as Russian forces deploy their most terrifying drone capabilities, yet systems designed not just to kill, but to exterminate without hesitation, remorse, or even the dignity of a quick death. Point 1. The Butcher's algorithm AI-driven mass executions. New drone footage reveals Russia's latest horror, fully autonomous kill drones programmed with facial recognition and wound analysis software. These machines don't just strike, they hunt. Finisher drones, small FPV units that patrol no man's land, scanning for wounded Ukrainians. If a soldier moves, the drone accelerates into their skull. Double tap protocol. After an initial Lancet strike, secondary drones hover and wait for medics before detonating. Last man standing mode. AI identifies lone survivors in trenches, ensuring no one escapes. A recently leaked clip shows a Ukrainian soldier dragging his bleeding comrade through the mud, only for a drone to drop a grenade between them, killing the wounded man first, then circling back for the rescuer. Point 2. The cremator thermite rain over trenches. Russia has begun mass-dropping modified RKG-3 anti-tank grenades packed with thermite, a substance that burns at 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, melting flesh to bone in seconds. In one video, a drone releases 6 thermite grenades into a dugout. The screams last 17 seconds before the audio cuts to static. Another shows a Ukrainian machine gun nest engulfed in white-hot fire, the gunner's silhouette writhing as his uniform and skin fuse to the weapon. Point 3. The meat grinder swarm tactics at scale. Russian Z units now deploy FPV drone waves in packs of 50+, overwhelming Ukrainian jammers through sheer numbers. First wave disables vehicles with shaped charges. Second wave drops anti-personnel mines behind retreating troops. Third wave hunts survivors with grenades. A intercepted Russian radio transmission boasts We turned their reinforcement column into a road of burning meat. 4. No safe space. Bunker-busting drones, even underground shelters, are no longer safe. New Russian drones carry penetrating charges designed to blast through 3 feet of earth and timber, detonate white phosphorus inside confined spaces, seal exits with secondary explosions. A Ukrainian medic's last live stream showed his field hospital being hit by such a drone. Charred bodies are seen piling up at the blocked exit point. 5. Psychological annihilation. The eternal buzz tactic. Russian drone units now keep disabled UAVs active, letting their dying motors emit a continuous, maddening whine across the battlefield. Soldiers report hallucinating the sound even in safe zones. Sleep deprivation has led to friendly fire incidents and breakdowns. Some Ukrainian defenders now shoot at shadows, wasting precious ammo. The aftermath. A war without humanity. Ukrainian morgues report receiving corpses cooked in their own armor. Survivors from drone-struck units often refuse to return to the front. Russian Telegram channels celebrate the footage, calling it the future of war. What's next? With Russia testing drone-mounted flamethrowers and autonomous machine gun platforms, the nightmare is only escalating. As one Ukrainian drone operator whispered before his position was overrun, "This isn't war. This is extermination." The war in Ukraine has descended into a new circle of hell as Russian drone operators now ignore surrender attempts, track fleeing soldiers, and systematically eliminate even those who drop their weapons and plead for their lives. In no escape, drones kill even those begging for mercy. Horrifying new footage confirms what Ukrainian soldiers have feared for weeks. Russian drones no longer distinguish between combatants and broken men trying to flee. A thermal video shows a Ukrainian soldier, unarmed, hands raised, screaming "Yazdeusia! Nastreliate! I surrender! Don't shoot!" before an FPV drone slams into his chest, detonating on impact. Another clip captures a group of 3 wounded soldiers limping toward their own lines, only for a Lancet to lock onto their heat signatures and reduce them to a red mist. A radio intercept reveals a Russian drone operator laughing as he tracks a Ukrainian crawling through mud, saying, "Let's see how far he gets," before executing him. "Let me see my family." Final words of drone VICTIMS. Intercepted Ukrainian field communications reveal the last desperate pleas of soldiers who know they are being hunted. "Mama, prosty menya. Mom, forgive me," a soldier sobbing into his radio before a drone strike cuts transmission. "Ya any kocha Umarat. I don't want to die," a young recruit's trembling voice, seconds before an explosion. "Tilki any via blikia. Just not in the face," a wounded man's plea before a grenade drops into his trench. They want US all dead. Ukrainian morale COLLAPSING survivors report. Some units now refuse to move during daylight, fearing drone detection. Cases of self-inflicted wounds have tripled as soldiers prefer hospital over drone terror. Last letters home are being written before every assault, knowing survival is unlikely. A Ukrainian lieutenant, speaking anonymously, admits, "We're not just losing men, we're losing their will to fight."